Hey guys, welcome back to Cheap Comic Collector. It is episode number... Where'd my book go? There it is. Episode 410, and today we're going to be looking at some EC reprints. Hi Al. What's going on? You want to see some EC reprints? Is that the idea? Okay. All right. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Okay. Yeah, just chill. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I got these from the Collective a while back, which is a comic shop here in Central Florida. They have a Whatnot channel that I go to regularly, and then I can go pick up the book, so I don't have to pay shipping on them. But a while back they had a whole bunch of EC reprints. I grabbed about half a short box worth, and I know Zodiac was there. He got a bunch that they sent to him, and they still have a bunch, but she hasn't brought them back on the sale as of yet. So not sure when she's gonna bring them back, because I would have bought more, but she decided to stop showing them for some reason, because I think she wanted more than $1 for them, and I was basically Zodiac and I were the only one buying them, but we wouldn't bid against each other, so we pretty much just, she originally, when she first showed them, she wanted $2 a piece for them, and she wasn't getting it, so she brought them back as $1, but then took them out, which might have been a good thing to do, because you have to have books for everybody, not just the two guys that want the EC reprints. But it was quite a while ago, so I'm surprised she hasn't brought them back yet. But anyway, that is neither here nor there. We'll get started and see what we got. And they are looks like they are in various stages of condition. Some of them are in really nice condition, but I see this one on top has some chipping. So we'll get started. I'm looking through the EC reprints. Al, they're over here. This is Shock Suspense Stories number 2. And this might have been, I think there's a couple different series of EC reprints in here. Actually, I don't think they're all from the Gladstone Gemstone run. This is, yeah, this is an earlier reprint. This is actually from 1975. Is that right? Let me go check this out on Grand Comics database, because I'm not familiar with that. Shock Suspense Stories. Not seeing anything come up from the 70s. There is an 85 to 89 series by Ross Cochran called EC Classics. Yeah, EC Classic reprint number 12 is the actual title. So let me see if that fits this scenario. It does not fit the EC Classics line, so let me put in EC Classic reprint, since that's the actual title that's on here. Oh, come on. Oh, I didn't put the dots in the EC. Okay. Sometimes they're so particular. There it is. It is from 1973. Wow. Okay. Was not expecting that. I thought these were all from the like the Gladstone Gemstone runs. This is 1973. Notice got chipping on it. Number 12. This is actually from 1975. I'm sorry. It was the series started in 1973. It looks like each issue of this particular series had reprinted a different title, because it starts with Crypt of Terror and some other stories. This is actually the 12th issue, even though it says number 2 up there, because that's the issue it's reprinting. This is number 12, and it was the last issue of this series from East Coast Comics. All right. I mean, if it's a reprint, does it matter that it's an older reprint instead of a newer reprint? I don't know if that's considered good or bad or indifferent. Oh, it's got a Halloween story. Awesome. Look at how cool that is with the hands coming out of the pumpkin. That's just awesome. Oh, man. That's cool. All right. It does have the chipping, like I said, up here at the top. Oh, really bad along here. And some down here on this corner as well. Back just has wear. It's not actually missing any chunks like the front is. So that's cool. Did not realize that was actually an older issue. This one, let's see what this one is. Well, this one must be an older issue too. It's got a big stain down here. Oh, this is Panic number 9. No, this is the Gemstone series from 1999. It's just got damage on it. That's too bad. But it's an issue of Panic. We saw number 8 yesterday. This is number 9. It's got instead of Rex Morgan MD, it's got RX Migraine MD. And drive-in movie. Tonight's double feature, Casanova's Big Night with the Barefoot Contessa. Zoo Charade. And Beau Bummel, or Much Ado About Clothing. Fun stuff. And then next up we have Weird Science Fantasy number 7. And this one is from this is from when Ross Cochran was doing the reprints, I believe. Well, it says 1994, but it's got Ross Cochran and the name all over it instead of Gladstone or Gemstone. So not sure. I don't think it really matters that much. If you want the reprint, you want the reprint. And it doesn't really matter. I mean, the EC, the Gemstone ones would have only been a couple of years later or so anyway. If it even is a different series. Pages are nice and white on this. Ad on the back for Tales from the Crypt trading cards. This one is reprinting the Flying Saucer Report with illustrated factual information, documented evidence, names, places, dates, quotes. Weird Science Fantasy number 4. And again, pretty. This one's starting to yellow and tan a little bit, but pretty white. I don't know if these are actually supposed to be like based on actual reports of flying saucers or if it's just all made up. I don't know. What I do know is that these are cool. Weird Science Fantasy number 3. Got a dinosaur on the cover and a rocket ship over here. L. Williamson did the cover on this one. And another Flying Saucer Report. Well, yeah, it's the same. It's the same series, so yes, that's what it was. Sound of Thunder, adapted from a story by Ray Bradbury. And Bellyful. Here we go. The Haunt of Fear, number 2. Introducing a new trend in magazines, illustrated suspense stories we dare you to read. Great Scott, we're too late. The vampire has gone, left his coffin. Now we must wait till tomorrow to drive the stake through his heart. But by then he will have claimed another victim. And here he comes. Illustrated by Johnny Craig. Vampire, a journey into the supernatural. Horror ahead. The Killer in the Coffin. The Witch's Cauldron, The Mummy Returns. Cool. The Haunt of Fear, number 1 by Johnny Craig. Once again on the cover. This one does have some spine wear on it. It's got quite a few ticks on there. I guess the last one had some too. And there's Bill Gaines. House of Horror. The Mad Magician. That could be fun. The Thing in the Swamp. What is it? What could it be? It's just a glob. It's just this orange thing, whatever it is. I was expecting like a monster, like Swamp Thing or something. Tales from the Crypt presents The Vault of Horror #5. Featuring the Vault Keeper, the Crypt Keeper, the Old Witch. And look what's crawling out of the wishing well. That's awesome. Cool stuff, guys. I really like this cover. With the thing crawling out of the wishing well. That might be the one that goes on the thumbnail. I'm going to actually put that aside because I think that'll, unless I find something really, really cool, that's going to be one of the thumbnail comics. Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror #2. #1. And I don't know if these are actually, because these are the Ross Cochran reprints, not the like the editions that Gemstone and Gladstone did. So I'm not sure if like if they reprint, like this is the Vault of Horror #1, but does it is that what it reprints, or is it just, you know, other stories or more than one story since it's 64 pages? I guess I should, maybe I can look that up. These are things I should know if I'm going to deal in comic books, I guess. And spelled Vault wrong. T didn't go in there. There we go. Vault of Horror. Can't reach the page. Think again. EC Archives, The Vault of Horror. EC Archives, The Vault of Horror. EC Classics, Vault of Horror. Wow, they use that name a lot. Let's see what this one is. See, this one is one of the Gladstone reprints, but it looks like a really old one. I don't know if it's done that way on purpose or if it's just got damage. This one is 1991, Vault of Horror, by Russ Cochran, and he had another series in 1992 that was titled the same thing. So, not sure. And this is the non-barcode variant because the first one has a barcode right here. Apparently the newsstand one had the barcode. That's what it looks like. And Yeah, this is just random stories. This says it reprints Vault of Horror number 28 from 1952 is what most of these are from. So, and also reprints from Weird Science number 18 in this issue. So it does not. It's not a direct. It's not like a facsimile. It does not reprint Vault of Horror number 1. And then this is Vault of Horror number 6. But this one, yeah, this is damaged. This is just, oh, it's just dirty. It needs cleaning really bad. 1991 Gladstone Publishing. So let's see what's going on there. This is number 6. Oh, it looks like they picked up the numbering from the Ross Cochrane series. That makes sense. Or maybe it doesn't. Vault of Horror. Oh, there it is. The Vault of Horror. Of course, they changed it. They would. And it doesn't pick up the numbering. It starts with a number 1. Okay. So I don't know what I'm talking about. This is the last issue of that version of that series from Gladstone, The Vault of Horror, 1991. And cover is from Vault of Horror number 32. So, yeah, this one reprints stories from 32 and Weird Fantasy number 6. So it's basically the same layout as the ones from Ross Cochrane. But you can't go by these numbers as if they're direct reprints of the old issues, because that's just not what they did. So here is Vault of Horror number 5. Number 6. Oh, Ralph, Ralph, I miss you so. Why did you have to die? If you could only come back to me. Weird Fantasy number 17. This is in really nice shape. And it's got a story by Ray Bradbury, and it's dinosaurs and rocket ships. Oh, this one's cool. Number 10, Weird Fantasy. That's a cool rocket ship. That's a nice cover. That might be might use that one on the cover as well. Oh, this one's cool too, though. Number 9. Number 6, a bunch of robots. After man had completely destroyed himself with the devastating atom bomb, the robots he had created, unharmed by lethal radiations, built a new race, one of metal, not of flesh. Vault of Horror number 27. Number 18. And Shock Suspense Stories number 12.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, that's a cool cover too. Weird Science. They blinded me with science. Weird Science number 6. The Vault of Horror number 3. And you got the Gladstone label up there. I guess that's how you tell that they reprinted it instead of Russ Cochrane. Shock Suspense Stories number 3. Vault of Horror number 3. Incredible Science Fiction number 11. That's cool. That's a Wally Wood cover. And here's number 10, Jack Davis cover. Nice stuff. This one's really in nice shape. Number 9, Jack Davis again. There's a little spine ticks on this one, but that color pops. Vault of Horror number 3. Vault of Horror 2. Number 1. And then EC did do other kinds of comics like Valor. This is number 2. And number 4. And like I said, these may not be direct reprints like the horror and stuff ones were not. So this may not be either. Here is number 14 of the Vault of Horror. Number 11. And there is... What is that? There's something in there. I think it's just a hair or an eyelash or something. It's weird. Vault of Horror number 10. And Vault of Horror number 7. That's that same cover. Is it the same? All right. This is thick. This is not. This is number 5. This is number 7. Must be 2 different series. I wonder if the insides are similar, because this is 64 pages, but this is just a regular 36-page one, I believe. This is number 7, 1994. It starts with this. And this is 92, number 5. But it does start with the same artwork, but this is a thicker issue than this is. But this is a nicer copy than this also. So I don't know, guys. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. I guess that's appropriate. And I think we got some more. One more stack. The Vault of Horror number 29. Looks like he's going for the throat. That vampire. Oh, here's another cool Jack Davis cover. Incredible Science Fiction number 8. That's awesome. Wow. Haunt of Fear, number 5. Another one of the 64-page series. So the ones from that year must have been the thicker issues. Here's the Haunt of Fear, number 23. The artist signed the name Ghastly on both of these covers as the artist. Weird Fantasy number 5. That's cool. Weird Fantasy number 4. Number 3. And number 1. And these were all Al Feldstein covers. Yeah. Oh, and there's number. No, this is different. This is Weird Science. Number 2. Weird Science 4, Wally Wood cover. Nice. Ooh, that's a pretty good contender for the cover as well. I might have to take this one instead. That's an awesome cover. Which would look better as a thumbnail. Probably this one just because it's simpler. Since it's going to be only this big. Weird Science number 4. Al Feldstein doing that one. Weird Science. These covers are fun, man. Wow. Weird Science number 3. Weird Science number 1. That one's got some curves in it. Needs to be flattened out. Weird Science number 1. Double-sized first issue. This is the Gladstone series. And yeah, it's Wally Wood as well. Very cool. Gosh. Weird Fantasy in 19. This is a Joe Orlando cover. And another story by Ray Bradbury. And another story by Ray Bradbury. This one, not seeing a signature on that one. Weird Science Fantasy. Al Williamson on that one. Cool. Number 2. L. Feldstein on that cover. And number 1 by Wally Wood. Nice. Wow. Weird Science 21. This is another Wally Wood cover. That's pretty cool too. Maybe I'll just focus on the Wally Wood covers and do. Oh, it's the same series though. Yeah, it's probably better to have 2 different series on the thumbnail. Weird Science number 20. And this one is also Wally Wood. Alone in space with 50 frozen dolls, just waiting to be thawed. Now let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. All right, let's take a look. First story is called Losum. And then there's something called Surprise Package. And The Reformers by Joe Orlando. And there we go, 50 Girls, 50 by Al Williamson. Well, I only saw about 2 girls in there, so I don't know what's on there. I guess they haven't all been thought out yet. I don't know. Weird Science, number 11. Incredible science fiction stories. Weird Science, number 8. L. Feldstein cover. Wow. Great stuff. Really, really cool. And I think this, I mean, the Wally Wood covers were my favorite of the covers, but this one especially is very awesome. Oh. Wow. Just amazing artwork in these. Thanks for everybody for watching. We will see you tomorrow, I hope. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you're not, and I will see you soon. And oh, I never zoomed in on the comics. Oh well. Too late now. See you later.